Um, Hi everybody. Uh, this is me. This is me, Dodi, and you're watching Dodi's page. Good morning. There. Now I'm ready. I'm ready. I hope you guys are ready. Make sure the volume is up. Turn it up all the way. Well, uh, yeah. I hope you guys are doing good. Um, I hope you guys are blessed. I hope you guys are, well, you guys are blessed. I hope you guys are staying healthy, staying strong. See, it'll let one out at you. And remember, always gotta lick the top. I'm having yogurt again. I like to eat yogurt. I still got some coffee, but I didn't finish it. So my nose is itching. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing fine. This is me, Dodi, and you're watching Dodi's page. And I've told you guys, I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. No, really, I've told you a bunch of times that this world is shifting, it's changing. It really is. Um, Time is speeding up. Time is time can overlap each other. In other words, your time or linear time, right, goes forward. It doesn't go back. Our time goes forward. Sometimes it'll overlap so that you and that's when you can freak out for a little bit. um, Hi there. Uh, and the horse race is number one there with wait, let me put on my glasses. Oh, wrong glasses. Village football. Village food. I'm so sorry. Village food. Bye. Village food bye? Bye? Anyway, hi. Um, yes. Time can overlap. Okay. Uh, it's been known to be called it can quantum leap, you know. You could be like at one place, you know you're there, you saw it, whatever happened, happened. And talk with some other people, and they tell you they were there too. Whatever you saw didn't happen because they saw something totally different. That's called the Mandela effect. Um, Nelson Mandela, he was in prison. To make a long story short, some people say he died in prison. Some people say he didn't die in prison, that he's right there. Like some people saw him die in prison, and some people say, no, he's not dead, he's right there. So that's like, you know, time will overlap. Time. I don't know how. I haven't found out yet, but time will bend. Uh, well, thank you. Beautiful. Well, you're beautiful too. I got the message there. I don't know how you did that, but usually it should come on through here. I don't know how you did that. Anyway, I'm going to eat some yogurt, and that's part of the deal that I'm talking about today. I really didn't give you guys a choice this time. Sorry. But I'm talking about the title today. Um, the angels are sending you something. I thought about that one. I thought, uh, I know something's going on, but I gotta like put it in the right words and stuff. So I thought to myself, well, what's going on? Uh, the angels have been sending not only me, you, they've been sending everybody stuff. Learn to read the signs. Learn to read the signs that are being sent to you. I mean, I'm serious. This is Doty's page, and you're watching Doty. Wait. This is Doty, and you. This is. I'm Doty, and you're watching Doty's page. There. So there. Um, I hope you enjoy my content. I'm free, and I yeah, I'm a truck driver. I'm in my semi. I'm a professional artist. I have my art back there. I'm a warrior of light. I'm a lot of things. Uh, I'm here to tell you guys a few messages that you guys need to know. Um, you saw my video yesterday. It really didn't get good until the end. The end part, the last maybe 10 minutes of that, you gotta watch that. Watch it all the way to the end. I don't know what's gonna happen with this video. I don't know. Maybe I'll go get me another one of these. Got one in the back. And the flavor on this one is orange cream. Ooh, I love orange cream. But what's happening right now in the world? Uh, there's 80 billion people on this planet. There has never been that many people on this planet ever. Living, breathing, walking, talking, associating, doing what they do. Some can't walk, some are sick, some are healthy, some are mean, some are nice, some are white, some are different races, everything. Some are black, some are yeah, different languages, different cultures. 80 billion. They're here for a reason. It's not that we're gonna keep populating and populating like rabbits and multiplying. And because if one couple that would be 40 billion people had a baby, you know, uh, if they would have a baby right now, it would be another 40 billion people in 9 months. Think about that. Do the math. Well, that's not going to happen. Okay. Not everybody's going to have uh, children right now. There are people that are having children. God bless them. The new children that are being born are, they're excited to come to this planet because of what's happening. I've been trying to tell you this for some time now. The world is evolving, going to the fifth dimension. That's, I was listening to this one person the other day, and, he mentioned 80 billion people. Well, I know that. And it occurred to me, there's never been that many people here on this planet. Well, when you go to a party, say you have a house. You don't go to the party, you throw a party. You have a house, okay? It's a birthday party, a wedding, uh, a special occasion. Okay, so you invite friends and family and stuff. Well, they invite friends and family, and your old time high school friend brings his new fiance. Your your cousin brings his new wife. His your friends bring their new kids and stuff. So more and more people come, more than just the, say, 200 people. You got all of a sudden 500 people, or 1,000 people at your wedding or at your birthday party or whatever. You got a lot of people because they're excited to come to the occasion. That's why. Hi, Lucky Penny. How are you? Happy Sunday. Um, but that's why. That's why there's so many people. The proof is in the yogurt. Not the pudding, but the proof is in the yogurt. That's why there's so many people in this planet, because there's like I don't want to say a party going on, but a special occasion going on right now. These beings from other planets that are being born now, they're not like us older generations. Well, I'm called a baby boomer. I couldn't figure out why am I a baby boomer? What is a baby boomer? After World War II, I figured that one out. After World War II, um, my dad, he came home and he made it through the war. He came home and he started having kids with my mom. He came home and he asked my mom to marry. She was 16. My dad was, uh, I think, 24 or something like that. Well, he came home and he asked my mom to marry her. Started having kids. Not only my dad did that, but all the people, men and women that were fighting in the war. And so the population just go, just so there was a lot. That's why they call us the baby boomers. But after that, it's indigos. born after 1990 and on now. It's indigo, the crystals, and the rainbows. I think that's how the order is. But I know it's the indigos. The indigos, the crystals, and the rainbows. I haven't been on this planet very long. So when they go to remember, when they go to do something, if not, read the signs. That's what I'm saying. Angels are sending you signs. They're not going to say, write it down and for you to read it. Although, yeah, that does happen too. Read the sign. Okay, look, here's one sign. Have you guys seen, what is it? Uh, Poops in yogurt? No, there's no poop in yogurt. Are you crazy? It's the good stuff. Seven. Um, okay, have you seen like America's Got Talent or something like that? I don't know the other countries. I don't know what, but like over here they have it. America's Got Talent, and you see these people. They'll come out. Some of them are. They're like, "What are you doing? Get off the stage." But there's some that just blow your mind away. Some people, they got so much talent in them, and they go over there, and the judges are just amazed at what they can do, and that's all kinds. That's magicians, uh, singers, uh, performers. I mean, like imitators, uh, ventriloquists. I mean, like all kinds of things they do, and they do it. Sure, they rehearse and they try for the part. That's some of the things that they were doing in past lives that they can just pick up like that, pick up where they left off. Me, I can draw. You've seen my artwork, I think, but look at my past videos. That's what you said. Yep. Anyway, you've seen my art. I can draw really good. I was blown away by this one artist. He's drawn, or she, I couldn't tell, with each hand drawing two different portraits. And these portraits were of, celebrities that I mean, like recognize them. Flawless illustrations at the same time. Just boom, there's two pictures. I'm like I thought I was good. Like, see, that's the kind of things we have. But like this older generation, baby boomers like me, we have a hard time because we got to remember all this from lives of hundreds and thousands of lives. But we got it in us. These new generations, the younger generation, they don't got to do that. They come and it just maybe one life, and all of a sudden, boom. They Because when you're born, you don't have a They erase your memory, so you got to learn. That's what this planet is about. It's like a school. So you learn, but once you learn, you start remembering. That's why some people pick up so easy on instruments, on the piano or the drums or the guitar or you know whatever instrument they got. Some people can draw really good. Some people are mechanics, like they can fix everything. Some people they can take things apart and put it back together. Some people are really fast. Look at Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee wasn't from here. I tell you. That guy, they say he wasn't human. Well, yes, he was. But it's like all of us at some point, we were not human. We're beings, we're lights. We're in here temporarily, and we're here to learn. But the thing is, like Bruce Lee, he blew everybody away. And his talent that he had, I want to say, was agile like no other. That guy was phenomenal. There are people like that. It doesn't mean that they're aliens or anything. We're all aliens, but we're all human beings. We're in bodies. Um, those are some of the signs. Say, I'll tell you some different kind of signs the angels are sending you right now. You're on my page. You're looking at me, right? Okay. Why did you click here? Why are you looking at me? Whether you're looking at me live or in a video later, you're gonna watch me. You're gonna listen for a little bit, and maybe you're gonna like what I say, maybe you're not. It's up to you. You got free will. But something brought you to me. I'm a light. I'm a warrior of light. I glow. And like if you're going down the road in the middle of the night, driving, and or even if you're walking, you know, in the dark, what are you going to notice first? If there's a light, well, you're going to look at it. Your eyes are going to attract to that light. That's a sign. You attract. That's a sign. I'm that light you see in the dark out there. In life, I'm that light. Okay? Might not mean anything to you. Probably just see it and turn away and go do it. Fine. But you know what? You noticed. I getcha. You notice and you see that I'm a light. That's a sign. Another sign is you're driving down the road again, right? I'm a driver. And you're thinking maybe you're heartbroken, you're stressed out about your bills, or you're mad because your wife or boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or, you know, brother or sister or whatever, mom, dad or something, you got in an argument. So you're like mad. And maybe you're crying, maybe you're not, maybe, but your emotions are, you know, a car will pass by. The license plate, you'll see 111 or 222 or 333 or 444 555 or 666 or 777 or 888 or 999. Or you'll see 1111 or 1010 or 1212. Those are signs. And when I say 666, that's not evil. Okay. Um, I'll tell you about that number 666. I'll tell you right now. That is a number, the same thing like 777, like 111. It's they, except the dark ones, they, for some reason, I don't know why, but they picked that number and they like hijacked it. You know what I mean? They made it so it's a symbol of, bad things and stuff, which it's not. It's just a number. You know, that, when you believe that, that's superstition. Don't believe in superstition. That's dogma. Don't believe that stuff. That's where you have to have your trust, your faith strong. Okay? If you see 666, doesn't mean the devil's going to come after you or nothing. Like, no, no. And if you look it up, you're going to, Google's going to tell you, yes, that's the demon number or something like that. Because Google is run by the elites, which the elites are run by the dark ones. So they're going to keep feeding you that. I'm a warrior of light. I tell you right now, that's dogma. That's baloney. That's a bunch of crap. The number is just a number, but the number does symbolize for something. Okay? Now, when you see that, well, when you see 777, you see, at a casino or something, you see that all over the place. Win money and stuff. They're hijacking that number towards money wise, towards, you know, yes, you get money, you can buy stuff and buy more items and stuff, more junk, more things you don't need, more material things. So they're trying to hijack that number too, 777. You got to read the signs. Um, you might think, where are you getting all this information from? I'm a warrior of light for Archangel Michael. I've been taught this stuff already for over about 5 years or more. I already lost track, but I'm a war. He taught me. He told me all this stuff. He told me, yeah, don't. Some of that stuff is just, they want us to be afraid. They want us to think, okay, 777, you're going to win a lot of money. No, you're not. If you depend on the 777 to win money, you're not going to win. No. Maybe in a casino, they got it set up for the, because the slot machines are rigged. I hope you know that. Um, the number of where you're going to win anything per se is the number 888. That's the number of abundance. That's the number of infinity, where, I mean, limitless. Yeah. So you got to read the signs. Okay, read the signs. Start being more alert about the things going on around you. Everything. Everything. And yesterday I was walking um, because I went to go pick up my pickup truck. It's parked behind me. I'm in my semi, but my niece just lives right around the block. And I was walking, and there's ants all over the sidewalk. So I'm walking, trying not to step on them because I know they're busy little bodies. Little guys are strong. Well, I mean, they're teeny tiny, itty bitty, tiny things compared to me, right? But yeah, they bite and they hurt. So anyway, This little tiny, tiny, tiny ant. He's walking. He had a big load. He's carrying something. He's huffing and puffing, and well, this other teeny tiny little ant that was just a little bit bigger, two of them actually, they started bullying him around. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? Because I stopped and I see that little ant. He's just, you know, he got himself a reward. He's going home to, like, look at me, Dad. I can cover that stuff too. So he's coming, and these two bullies, they came and they started picking on him. I'm not lying. That was the little ants, the little tiny bitty tiny, the little tiny tiny itty ones, itty bitty ones. And I'm thinking, hey, leave that guy alone. I'm talking to them. I'm just standing like, hey, I'm like a giant to them. And I'm like looking at them. And okay, they left him alone and they walk around. And then that guy comes back and attacks him again. And then they're like, now all three of them are, they're trying to steal his whatever food or whatever he was carrying. And being that there was two against one and they were both bigger than him, they ended up taking his things away. He took off like straight up. I know that was him because he was a little one and he took off straight, just really fast, probably crying or something. And because these other two boys, they stole this stuff, just robbed them in broad daylight. See, I noticed things like that. You gotta notice things like that too. Um, the other day, um, I was behind, in the back. There's a bunch of rocks, big, like chopped up chunk rocks. They're about that big, about big as my hand. So it's not easy to walk on for dogs or animals or anything. But, I'm standing at the curb because the curb you could stand on. And I was like looking up at the stars. It was starting to get dark, so I'm looking up at the stars. And I was going to take off my shoes and just go stand on the rocks, you know, just to ground myself. But right when I did that, something popped up. That was a sign, okay? Don't do that. You know why? You know what popped up? A centipede. As soon as I took my sandals off and I stepped on the rocks, I looked and I saw a centipede. The centipede came out like, I put my shoes back on and I just like, hey, whoa, 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 peace, dude, peace. I'm like, okay, you guys, you don't want me to be standing on your rocks and stuff. I won't. That was a sign. If I would have stood there, maybe there would have been more centipedes, or maybe that little dude would have climbed and bit me. And I don't know, I heard these centipedes when I was a little kid. Watch out for centipedes because they'll bite you and they'll crawl under your skin. I'm like, I don't want that. Um, I'm cautious. I'm not stupid. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, that was a sign for me not to do that right there, not to do it on that. Read the signs. Those are signs that angels send you. Billboard on the wall. Or I'm driving I'll tell you, I'm driving and in my semi, this happened a few years ago. I'm driving around and going down the highway. My little dog Abigail, that's when she was alive. Well, I'm crying because for some reason or another, I was emotionally, you know, um, heartbroken or something like that. But I was crying. Well, uh, a semi passes me, and behind the semi and the sleeper behind the sleeper, some people put messages. It says, "Be strong." Just like that was a sign. Just I read it like, oh, like wake up, stand up, and stop whining. Just be strong. After that, it's like, oh, okay, I got it. That was that was a sign. The sign. Okay, you guys have seen uh, what are those? Uh, the crop. It happened like in England and Europe or whatever that place is. In the fields, the and they get these beautiful, you know, symbols that just lay themselves on the field and stuff. I forgot what they're called. If you guys can put it out. Uh, anyway, why didn't I stomp them? Why would I want to stomp a hard-looking, hard-working little guy that's not bothering me? Why would I want to do that? 7, 7. Like, hello, what have I been trying to tell you? Anyway, uh, crop circles, that's what they're called, crop circles. Some of them, they don't, they've tried to catch it on camera. Like, yeah, I saw this I got it on camera, and his spaceship comes and it's not there, and the spaceship comes and then it leaves and all of a sudden it's like, no, it does that baloney. That if there's no crop circle and the spaceship comes and then goes and some just stamps down no, doesn't quite work like that. Close but no cigar. This is the way it works. They're there. There's so many. I mean, if we got 8 million people on this planet, and these are people, human being people, we probably have about 8 trillion starships all around us, looking at us, watching what's going to happen with not only this planet, but Saturn, Mars, Jupiter, Pluto. I mean, like, yeah, this orbit. It's not just our planet, but our planet right now is the one that is shifting. I don't know about the other planets. I don't live there. I can't say anything. I can only tell you about where I live now. And Archangel Michael even told me, and Archangel Michael don't lie, he told me there's enough starships out there that would block the sun and turn the daylight into dark, into nighttime. Not, they won't turn it into darkness or no, it would turn daylight into night. That's how many are out there. So if one's going to come down and then go, "Mm, somebody's been watching the Jetsons too long." Elroy, okay. Anyway, no, they're out there, and if they want to send a uh, symbol, a sign, they come in through the different dimension that they're in that we can't see them. They come in and they'll just lay it out, boom, just stamp it, and but that's through a different dimension. It's not through you know, a stamp. Kind of like the same stamp thing, but these, so they're like perfect, every single one of them. They tried thinking, well, man, that, and they get the plows and they're walking in circles and like, really, can you do that like in about 2 seconds? Or maybe 100th of a second? Can you do that? They'd be like, that guy would be with a plow. I can't go that fast. So that's a sign. That is a sign. Those crop circles are signs. Why do they only have them up there in wherever Europe is or England or whatever that place is? It's, and I wondered that too. Like, how come they get all the good stuff? And how come they don't do that all over the world and stuff? But there's things, let me put it this way. Our, you know, use your imagination. This is our world, right? Can you see it? Can you see a circle there? Right? It's right there. You see the circle? That's our globe. Okay. In some parts of that circle, there's uh, cold and there's cold. Some parts there's hot. I'm talking on the equator and the North and South Pole. We got that, and it spins, right? It's not to mention our sun is moving. It's, I mean, it's going through this orbit at lightning. I mean, like I don't know. I can't even, tell you how fast it's going. And us, the other planets, Jupiter, Saturn, there. The sun's moving around the Milky Way. Well, we're moving around the sun. All of us, all the planets are going, and we're rotating. So it's like this thing, the sun's going spinning around, and we're spinning around with the sun around the sun. The moon's spinning around us. See how things just like in layers and steps and stuff? Well, that's a little bit of astrology that I know. I don't know about the horoscopes and, the all this. I don't study astrology. I just know there's stars, there's, you know, uh, things going on, and I can pick up on those guys, right? The things that the planets and stuff. Well, the way things are right now, things are happening. Things are happening. And it's getting faster and faster and faster. The time is, it's before you know it, we are just going to be spinning like, 90 miles an hour. It's not going to be a minute. A minute isn't going to take 60 seconds. A minute is going to last a micro of a minuscule of a second. That's what a minute is going to be. An hour is going to be a minuscule of a second. Things are starting to speed up. Things, and it's already starting to happen. Read the signs. Please read the signs. You might think, well, okay, I'm going to go smoke a cigarette outside and take a break and, think about it. That's your choice. Um, I'm not here to force anybody to believe anything. I'm here to send you a message to tell you how to read the messages. That's why this program, this video now is going on. Because I'm trying to teach you guys how to read messages from the angels. Okay, I'll tell you another one. I got a bunch of them, right? Another one. One time, I was a kid. One time, once upon a time. Okay. Anyway, I was uh, I was in high school, and I had a dream of it was dark, and there were cops. I still remember that dream. It was dark, and there was cops. I could see the lights and the officer walking, and couldn't make out anybody, but it was dark, and there were cops. And that was my dream. Either the next night or 2 nights or something after that, I got jumped in the dark, and guess who came? The cops. When I saw the cops there and it's nighttime, I dreamt of that. I knew it was going to happen. I didn't know how, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if, but um, I dreamt of it. That was a sign, right? Your dreams have signs. They're telling you stuff. They tell you when you go to sleep at night, you're not going to sleep. You're waking up. You're waking up from this reality into a different state of being. And then when you wake up into this reality, you're going to sleep in that different state of being. It's reverse. Okay? What's night is day and day is night, in other words, right? When you wake up, okay, I'm awake. No, you're not. You're asleep. Re, uh, you're in a reality dream. When you go to sleep at night and you rest in your body, you're waking up. Yeah, that you're thinking, right? It's true. Um, I'm not the only one who will tell you that. You can look it up yourself. I'm not gonna promote anybody or nothing, but that's what's happening. I'm I'm not trying to bullshit anybody. I'm telling you what I'm supposed to be telling you. read the signs. The signs are in front of, they're right there in front of you, and nobody's noticing because they're too busy with their own lives. They're too busy uh, making supper. They're too busy driving down the road. They're too busy doing their job. They're too busy. Yes, we got to do our job. Yes, we got to make supper. Yes, we got to take a shower. We got to feed the kids. We got to walk the dog or whatever, right? We got to do stuff. Yes, okay. But, I mean, are you going to, is your brain just going to be on? No, you got time to think for yourself. You, 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 you got time for you. Nurture that time. I'm telling you, remember I said, you got onto this, there's a reason for that. It's a sign. You could be changing the tire in your car. You could be walking the dog. You can, you know, be going to Taco Bell or something, whatever. But you're listening to me. So that's a sign that you're interested. See, the angels are telling you, yes, you're on the right track. You want more of what stuff like Dodie has to say? Subscribe and stuff like that. But I will send you, you don't need to if you don't want, but the angel will say, okay, you want more stuff coming to you? You want to know more? I will send you a lot more, but you need to learn how to read the signs. Okay? You do. Seriously. Um, I'll give you, let me see, another sign. I was, I had been told about, uh, and this one, it just, like, my eyes just like, wow. That's my expression, everything. I was just like, okay, I didn't even ask for that, and there it is. Okay, I was wondering, because I was being taught about sacred breathing. It's called the sacred breath. The sacred breath, well, let me tell you first. I won't tell you how to do it yet, but I'm thinking, what is sacred breath? What is that? I've never heard of it. And I'm like, okay, sacred breathing, sacred breath? What? Is it like how do you, what's a sacred breath? I thought, boom, right, right on my phone, a commercial came on. This is how you do it, sacred breath. This man came on. He's sitting in his car, and I'd never seen the man. I'd never subscribed or nothing. All of a sudden, he says, "This is how you do sacred breath," and he showed me how to do the sacred breath. I'm like, wow! like I was like, I was just thinking that. How do you do it? And voila! He just like popped up right there because, okay, I'll tell you how to do the sacred breath like he told me. I haven't seen that guy in the videos or nothing ever since. He just came and showed me how to do sacred breath and then left. He did his thing, and okay, you asked for it. I showed you. Hi. Sacred breathing, sacred breath. Okay, this is how you do it. 3 times. You do it 3 times for consistency, and you do it to grab a hold of what you're doing. You don't just do it once. You do it 3 times, and that's a message for the Almighty, Mother and Father God, the Source, Creator, uh, or the angels. They're like, oh, and they're just going to be like, you got more? You want them? You want to listen? You want more messages? You want more info? I'll send you more. Because you're doing sacred breath. You know something. Okay, I'll tell you how to do the sacred breath. First, you know, blow your nose. Okay, so because you're going to be breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your mouth. Okay, but it's the timing. And I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, breathe in through your nose. Hold it. Hold it for 4. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds. Breathe out through your mouth for 6 seconds. Hold it for 2 seconds. Do that again. In through your nose. Hold it. Let it out through your mouth. 6 seconds. Hold it for 2. One more time. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold it. You're holding your breath, okay? You're holding it. You got air in your lungs, so you hold it for 4. Breathe in through your nose. Hold it for 4. Hold it. Let it out through your mouth slow for 6. That empties your lungs. Now hold it with hold yourself with empty lungs now. You don't got no air in your you don't got no air for 2. And that's called the sacred breath. And that's I was like I said, I was driving and I was listening. And Archangel Michael told me about the sacred breath. If you don't know how to do the sacred breath, he told me, but I didn't get it. I just like, what is sacred breath? What does that mean and stuff? No, he sent me somebody who showed me how to do it. And that's it. That video was just, it was like a, what, uh, I want to say like a 15-second video, because he just explained in the beginning how to do the sacred breath. He did it, and that was it. Not fast. And I learned something that fast. See, that was a sign. Learn how to read the signs. If you surrender yourself, if you say, yes, I want to be taught how to do this. I want to get better. I don't want negative things following me around. I don't want to be around negative people. Uh, but I like smoking. But I like drinking. Well, you're at that stage where, you're down here, right? But you like doing the naughty stuff. But you know what? The more you like, okay, please teach me how. Okay, you're going to be taught from where you're at. You're not going to all of a sudden be taught, well, you're smoking. I told you to quit, so you don't want to do it. Like, you're out of here. No, you start from where you're at. You're exactly where you need to be right now. Exactly. If you think you're late, you know, through your life, your everything, you're exactly where you need to be. If you think you're doing the wrong thing, hanging around wrong people, you're exactly where you need to be because there's a lesson to be learned about that. There's a something there that you don't know yet that you have to experience. And once you experience that, you're done with that. Just like when you're in school, grade school, you learn the ABCs. Do you have to keep learning the ABCs? No, you already learned that. You don't need to learn. You already know that. So, the ABC chart is not really in your life anymore, but it's in your head. It's in your structure. You know, uh, about the ABCs. You know about the capitals. You know about letters. You about lower and uppercase. A lot more than just the A, B, C, D, E. You know a lot more than that. That you can type it out. You text it. You can design with it. You can do so many things with just a letter, just an alphabet. You can eat alphabet cereal or something, whatever. You can read far away, or close. You can make them bigger. You know so much more about it. You see, that's because you let yourself learn. Okay, what is this? You listen to your teacher. What is this? It's A, B, C, D, and these are the letters. D for dog, B for ball, and so on. Well, you don't need that anymore. That like now, what you need is there's so much more. You're an adult now. Start acting like it. Stop whining about, oh, so many people don't like me, or how come I always have to, bad things are always happening to me. Like, stand up, put on your big boy pants or your big girl panties, whatever, and get over it. Start learning. Start learning. I'm going to tell you like it is. You know, you think Archangel Michael's been easy with me. He has, but yeah, he's scolded me a few times that has made me cry. I don't like that. I don't like to be like scolded by an archangel, if anything, by anybody. But, when you get scolded by someone like your commander, because I've been chewed out a few times, but not like, like whoa, dude. Yes, sir. That's how it is. Anyway, it's getting hot. Anyway, I hope you can hear me. I had to open the door because it's getting hot in here already. Read the signs. Read the signs. They're there to teach you. You need to start opening your horizon. Seventh, you said, why didn't I stomp on them? Why would I want to kill them? They're not bothering me. They're doing the little tiny itty bitty guy he was working. He was doing his own thing, minding his own business. Why would I want to just kill him just because I see him? No. There's that little guy, he's going to grow up to be a leader or something in his little community or his tribe or whatever they call it in their their insective uh, kingdom. You know what I mean? Like, no, no, I don't. I'll tell you another thing. Like Archangel Michael, uh, he was talking about dragons, and he says, he told me they come out and they put pictures of me slaying a dragon, killing a dragon. He says, I would never kill a dragon. And it's because the people wanted him to look like a hero. They wanted him to look like this invincible, strong guy that can take over everything. So that's the image that whoever put that together portrayed Archangel Michael to be. Archangel would never. So if you see a picture with Archangel Michael stabbing a dragon, be careful because that picture alone is false. Okay, be careful. Yeah, and who's ever doing that, putting a picture, they either don't know or they're doing it deliberately. You don't know that, but like I said, be careful. Because not everybody's bad. Not everybody's bad. Some people just don't know. Some people still say amen. I don't hold it against them. I just think, well, you don't know. And if I tell them and they keep doing it like, okay, well, I told you, you know, and you're going to keep saying that, that's your choice. Um, you're being a little ignorant with yourself. Not me, but with yourself. Take care of your body. Take care of your temple, your gift. It's precious. Read the signs. Learn how to read the signs. Um, Feelings. I got a bad feeling about going to that place. Uh, I just don't trust this car that I'm in to get us there. Um, I don't think we're gonna make it with this storm. And wait a minute, there's a tornado in the area. I don't know where. I get a bad feeling about it. Angels come to you like that too, through the feelings, through your intuition, through your like, should I not? Like, okay, don't just run blindly into something and get yourself in trouble. Read the signs, okay? Um, let's see what other kind of sign I can tell you about. You see people that are, how can I say, they don't believe in anything, right? Nothing. Atheists. That's a good. There's another one called something too, but I'll just pick on the atheists for now. I like you guys, you guys taught me something. But anyway, atheists. Okay. They don't believe in anything. No, I'm here and la 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 and smoke a cigarette and go eat uh, the hamburger, greasy fries, and drink a big gallon of sugar coke or whatever they're going to drink. And go drink some beer and find a prostitute or whatever, and all the bad habits they got. Sooner or later, it's going to catch up to them. A lot of times they won't admit it, but sooner or later they're going to be by themselves and they're going to question, is this world really round or is it flat? You know, like, you know, and they're going to start putting, their head is going to start to click, you know, like it's going to start to fit. The pieces are going to start to fit. And the pieces that don't fit, they're going to be like, wait a minute, uh, that's not right. You know, like the sky's supposed to be blue, not blue at night. You know, like, they're just gonna like things are gonna start to click for them, and they're gonna start putting the pieces together. It can happen to atheists. It can happen to anybody. And some of the people that are religious, very religious, uh, they're puppets into their own mind because their tradition told them this is the way it is, it's written down, and if it's written in print, well, then that must be true. No. Everything that I've told you, maybe it's written somewhere, but it's come from the light, the glow, the essence, the aura, magic, whatever you want to call it, from Archangel Michael, from his heart, and it's entered me. There's no ink involved. There's no fonts. There's no typing. There's no texting. It's come from his being, his the way he's come to me, his frequency, his vibration. It's come and it's entered my heart. I'm still going to make mistakes, and that's what I'm here to do, to make mistakes and learn from them. But I'm also here to teach you guys what I know. Okay, so read the signs, learn the signs, be discernment. Yeah, be discernment. Be careful. Okay, don't just listen to Joe Blow out there that's gonna tell you anything that you know, wants that you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you stuff that you don't want to hear, like stop spitting on the ground, like stop smoking. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear stop spitting on the ground. Have you ever seen Jesus spit on the ground? Have you seen a picture like that? Or if you've ever known him to do that, where it's written in the Bible, well, yeah, Jesus, he was about to get crucified and he just coughed one up and spit a big old loogie down on some guy guard down there. No, you don't hear that. Stop spitting on the ground, okay? Stop cussing. Those are some of the easiest things to do. They're the starting points. They're the, I mean, those three things right there. Don't spit on the ground. Don't cuss. Uh, Stop smoking. Three things right there. Those are kindergarten stuff. You should know that already. And still, I'm trying to push that stuff in you guys. That's kindergarten stuff. Stop cussing. Why you wanna? You're just hurting yourself. You spit on the ground. You're disrespecting the ground, the earth, the planet, the place you live in. You smoke, well then you're just destroying yourself from inside. Hello? Three elementary, I mean, kindergarten stuff. Okay, this is me, Dorina. Yeah, you don't want to hear that, right? No, you don't want to hear that. Well, I'm going to tell it to you. You have yourself a great day. And thanks for watching. It's getting hot in here, and I'm going to go out and bake in the sun for a little bit. We'll see you later. I'm probably going later today, too, because it's going to be hot. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming. I love you. Listen to hear the signs. Listen to them. Look for them. Read them. Notice them. The angels are telling you something. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. I love you.